Our coordinators are David and Mary Nelson. They're from Dallas, Texas. They're both from Texas. David's from Dallas and Mary's from San Antonio. They were in the AIM class of 1979. Their pictures are out on the board if you want to go look at them. Her name then was Mary Royal. Whenever they went to the field, they both went to New Zealand. And some interesting fact is that they actually had Ed Wharton as their teacher, and some things just never change. They have 3 kids, David, Ross, and he's 27 years old and he's on a church plant team to Kharkov, Ukraine, and his wife is Olivia. They have another son, Daniel. He's 25 years old and he's attending university in Christchurch, New Zealand. Their 3rd son is Jacob, and he's 22 and he's taking a diving instructor's course right now. They both work at a Bible college, David and Mary. David is a teacher and the dean of academics. Mary is the office manager. The students that they have at the Bible University are from all over that area. They have several from New Zealand, Australia, the South Pacific area, and even Asia. David is a major part of the church. It's Onomodai Church of Christ, and David is a leader in the church ministry. He does most of the adult classes and is one of the lead preachers, and he leads singing as often as he can. The Onomodai Church of Christ was established in 1976, just 3 years before they arrived for their AIM time. So they've been there almost since the very beginning of the church. They have about, on an average day, about 110 members, and the demographics of that group is very diverse. They have very young children to very old, all in between. There's not any dominant characteristics of the demographics. They're an active mission church, so that'll be good for us to be a part of that, and it'll just work out really well for what we're going there to do.
Hello everybody, so today I'm going to talk about 3 things: the climate, geography, and population. So the climate in Tauranga enjoys a warm, dry climate. This has made it popular location to retire to and to go to surf because it's warm, so it has a lot of beaches, so you can go and surf there. Tauranga is located around a large harbor, and that extends the western Bay of Plenty. And Tauranga is the 9th largest New Zealand city with 110,000. It's 110,000 people. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm going to be talking to you about the culture of New Zealand. First, I want to start off talking about the people. There are 2 main types of people in New Zealand, and that is the Maori and the Pakeha. The Maori people are the indigenous people of New Zealand that first arrived here about 1,000 years ago from Waiheke, and they came over in voyaging canoes and they found New Zealand. The second group of people, the Pakeha, they are the white New Zealanders who came over from England, and they came over around the 1760s. Though those are the 2 main types of people, there are many different other kinds of people in New Zealand. There's people like Indian and Welsh. There's Pacific Island and Chinese people. One thing about the Indian people is that there's a very small percentage of them there, but they spread out around the country, and so it seems like there's about 50% of the population that are Indian. Many New Zealanders have a love for their landscape and the outdoors and water. There are no snakes or wild animals, and the mosquitoes don't give you malaria. It's a very safe country, and a beautiful country at that. One cool fact is that if you're entering New Zealand from a different country and you bring in wood, they will confiscate it because they don't want any insects or termites to get into their country. So I thought that was really interesting. The language in New Zealand, of course, is Maori and English. And the people in New Zealand are very friendly and active. They love to go to the beach and surf, and they love the outdoors, and they love playing rugby. One cool thing is that they're a little different from here in the States because they're pretty sarcastic and they like to tease you a lot. And apparently if you're gullible, they tease you even more. So that'll be interesting. I don't think we'll have too big of a problem with that. The food in New Zealand, seafood is the most popular thing in New Zealand to eat because, of course, New Zealand is surrounded by the ocean. A big thing that they have there, they have a lot of restaurants, fish and chip restaurants, which is deep fried fish and french fries. Every year, apparently they have a competition to see which city has the best fish and chips place. And I've heard that Tauranga has the best fish and chips place in all of New Zealand. In the rural communities, they have a very staple diet of meat and potatoes. And in the cities, the food varies because of the cultural influence. There's just many different types of people living there. And so it's a very big culinary influence there. The most popular sports are rugby and soccer, cricket, and netball. New Zealand's national rugby teams, the All Black, they have the best winning record of any national team in the world, and they traditionally perform a haka before an international match, and that's a Maori challenge. Netball is similar to basketball. It's primarily played by women, and the difference is that there's no backboard and they don't dribble. The last thing I'm going to talk to you about, because we're going to be living next to the ocean, is going to be lots of going to the beach in the summer with the youth group. I'm going to talk to you about shark attacks. New Zealand has a relatively high incidence of shark attacks. Record keepers differentiate between provoked and unprovoked shark attacks. And since 1852, there have been 44 recorded unprovoked attacks in New Zealand, compared with the 39 in the whole Europe since 1847. Great white sharks have been responsible for 11 of the fatal attacks, and the other species known to have caused fatalities are the mako and the bronze whalers. More than half of the victims were swimming, a quarter were snorkeling, and the remaining quarter were either surfing or standing in shallow water. However, the chances of being killed by a shark in New Zealand are slight, because since 1852 there have only been one shark attack every 13 years, so you are more likely to drown than to be mauled by a shark.